What's up, everyone? Today we are finally doing the video that's been requested dozens of times. What's up with girls lacrosse stick rules, and specifically, what's up with the pocket depth? Let's go! There are three, count them three. 1, 2, 3. There are three different pocket rules when it comes to girls lacrosse. There's the no pocket rule, there's the modified pocket rule, then there's the normal pocket rule. Yeah. So let's start at 8U. In 8U, you are allowed to have any size pocket you want. There are no restrictions. Rule 2.2 says there are no requirements or limitations on pocket depth. So I recommend a pocket, a deep pocket. When looking at it, there's no ball obviously above the top rail. You're not too concerned about the bottom rail. The ball just sits nicely in the pocket, and as long as it throws, you've got a good stick. If you're a little unfamiliar with the girls lacrosse game, no problem. Check out this video up here that we did not long ago, showing you all the equipment you're gonna need for girls lacrosse. All right, that's our 8U level. Whee! All right, next up is 10U, and this is where I think it gets a little confusing because you are allowed to utilize a modified pocket. Rule 2.2 states, modified pocket is when no more than half the ball falls below the bottom of the sidewall. So now we take a look at our lacrosse ball and we find our stick. Ta-da! So we take a look at our lacrosse stick. We want to make sure that no more than half the ball shows below this bottom rail. That's pretty much as simple as it gets. You just need to make sure your ball doesn't show below that bottom rail. Now, one good question is, how do I make a pocket inside the stick? There's a couple different ways to make sure that you have a good pocket. Typically, you want to form that pocket up towards this angle in the plastic. A lot of sticks are going to have this kind of V curve. So you want to make sure you build your pocket up towards the top. One way to do this is taking your lacrosse ball, good old-fashioned, working it in. Another way to make your pocket, and one of my favorite ways that I used to do, don't tell my wife about this one. I like to use a butter knife. I'm gonna slide the butter knife through the inside of that top rail, and then I'm gonna slide my ball in behind the butter knife. Now that's gonna build me the pocket exactly where I want it to go, up towards the top of the lacrosse stick. Again, aiming for that V, that little indentation curved area up towards the top. Now you do have to be careful to make sure you continuously check your depth. Don't keep beating that pocket in so much that now it becomes illegal according to that modified pocket rule. You see in this stick that I have a mesh lacrosse pocket. You're allowed to have mesh or traditional stringing, which is also known as leathers. If you're unsure what style of stringing you may want, check out this video we have up here. We talked about the different types of stringing styles and maybe which one is best for you. So there you go, there's your modified pocket. As long as more than half the ball doesn't show up below that bottom rail, you're good to go. And now we're heading into the 12U pocket depth rule, and this is where the rule becomes consistent from 12U all the way up through professional. Rule 2.2 states, the top of the ball must remain visible when pressure has been applied and released in both the back and front of the pocket and the upper third in the back of the pocket. So basically what that means is, on a stick check in a game, they will push down on your pocket on the front, they will push down in the back, they will push down and take a look to see, does it show above that top rail? As long as it shows above the top rail, you're good to go. This would be an example of a legal stick. In this scenario, since the ball is no longer viewable above that top rail right here, it would be illegal according to 12U and on rules. So there you go, there's our rules for girls lacrosse sticks and specifically looking at the pocket depth. Are there any more rules that confuse you when it comes to girls lacrosse? I'm a newbie to this as well, and I'd love to research them with you. Post those comments down below on some of the rules that are different for you. 8U, no pocket depth rules whatsoever. 10U, modified rules. As long as no more than half the ball shows up below the bottom rail, you're good to go. And 12U and beyond, make sure you see a little bit of that ball above that top rail. If this video was helpful at all, please smash that like button. And make sure you subscribe, because next week we're going to talk about the very first thing you should do when you get your new lacrosse stick that's going to make you successful. With that, we're all set. As we say around here, don't forget the little things.